Hello and welcome to another episode of 2 Minute Tuesday, where each week we bring you a different tech tip so that you can get back to doing what's important. Usually, these are very, very consistent. The only thing more consistent possibly than me getting them to you on a Tuesday is the fact that they're usually longer than 2 minutes. So to help cut down on that a little bit, we're going to jump straight into it. We're going to look at Kahoot. We've been asked by several teachers to take a look at some ways to test students' knowledge, maybe to check for understanding is a better way to put that. And by checking for understanding, getting them to use their cell phones, their tablets, whatever device they have to kind of go through a range of questions. And Kahoot is nice because it offers you a bunch of questions that are already there, a bunch of pre-made kind of quizzes, if you want to call them that. But it's got some other stuff too. So let's jump into that now. We'll go to it simply by jumping into Google and Googling Kahoot. When you go to log in and create stuff, you will go to Kahoot.com. When the students go to play the game, they will go to Kahoot.it. That is an important distinction. Not that big of a deal, though. Click into it here. I'm going to go ahead and log in. If you don't have an account, you will need to create one. On the screen right now, you should see kind of what that screen might look like. Lots of options. My suggestion would be to go with the free account, and you can always upgrade later if you need, but for most of us, the free one is just fine. So I'm going to log in with my Google account because that is what I am using. Cool. All right, and we can create a new Kahoot, we can create a quiz, we can create a discussion, a survey, or a jumble, so there are some options for you there. Let's go ahead though and look at some of the other things that are already out there. So I'm going to go ahead and go up to Discover here. And you'll see some things that are already out there. So I've typed in technology as one of the things that I am interested in. So you see some technology stuff, there's some history stuff, all of these things. And you can also sort through it based on grade level, class, things like that. If you go into My Kahoots, or Kahoots, you can look at the Kahoots that I have made. You can also hear the lawnmower. Brilliant. We look here, I went ahead and did the check for understanding. We can go into that, I believe, and edit it if we want. And I have here a question. And if we wanted to add another question, we can do this. So I will type, just so you can see what the question is like. That's the question. That's where you would actually type the question in. You give a time limit. Do you want to award points? Yes. I think that's a good answer. That might also be a good answer. That's it. That's how you create a question. Now you just have to select the proper answer. For this one, these are the correct answers. You can add an image up here. These are the free images, and this is where you get to choose some stuff that doesn't probably relate to what you're actually doing because they're free. This one. Perfect. Next. Okay, I can add another question. I can import them from a spreadsheet. They have to be set up a certain way, so we won't go into that here because we want to speed this up. We're actually just going to go up here to save. Now, if I wanted to preview it, we could. If I wanted to play it directly with a class, now we just hit play to preview what it might look like on the screen. You would decide if you want to do classic or team mode. Classic is everybody uses their own device. Team mode is stuff drives by and is loud, but also you have a team. That's why it's called team mode. You have some options here that you can use. Totally up to you. If we want to get started, we just choose this. It's going to give us the PIN number to enter, 73041. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. It's going to ask me to put in a nickname, and this over here in this area would be what the kids would see. There we go. Okay, go. Checking your nickname. And then the teacher, this is the teacher screen here. So you would see the students as they roll in. And there we go. So we could kick them out if they do something bad with their names. We'll hit start here. There are 2 questions. Teamwork is good, even though we're doing an individual quiz. Here is the question 1 of 2. Everybody, see we're gonna skip that one. Next one, I used the same question because I'm not that creative. But everybody, poops, rock your body. There's only one wrong answer here, and it's the orange one. So the students would just choose the appropriate shape. We're gonna go with poops. You can go to the results. You can show some feedback. So the students will have an option to leave you some feedback on the Kahoot. Did they learn something? Do you recommend it? Tell us how you feel. So we'll go there, and we'll go there. So you feel better when you poop. Coffee time. You can show feedback. You can also stay with the scores. You can go to save results. You can download that file or save it to your Google Drive, and that will allow you to take a look at some of the things, maybe some of the trends that your students are missing. You have these kind of things here, and I think this is the most important thing because it's easy to set up. It's easy to look at the results. We'll go ahead and just look at question 1, for instance. You can see who chose what, which answer is correct, how many answers were chosen by each one. That kind of works. And you can see that there. So that is kind of what we want. We want to look at that stuff. It makes it easy. It doesn't cost anything unless you want to pay for the more expensive one. There are some tests that are already there. There are some that are easy to kind of create, and you don't have to do this kind of multiple choice stuff. There are other options, but that is it for this video. So if you have other questions, I will continue to yell at you to the camera over the forklift that is driving by or the Learjet that is landing in my office, apparently. So I will talk to you next time. If you have suggestions, please leave them. Use the link in the comments, in the description, whatever it's called below. Taco Tuesday is getting to me. I'll talk to you later.